All right, hello my friend. Welcome to this real estate Fuji video. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with it quite yet, but I've got a residential real estate shoot today and a commercial shoot tomorrow. And I'm not sure if I'll split it up into two videos or not, so I'm not sure what you're seeing now. But shooting real estate on the Fuji XT4. Today I'm using the 16mm f1.4. I borrowed it from a friend, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna walk you through the behind the scenes of kind of shooting in a space, how I go about it, things to pay attention to. It's not gonna be Fuji specific, but just showing that I do it with a Fuji camera and that it's possible, and that, yeah, I think you can turn around a really good real estate product. Let's go ahead and jump into the BTS here. To end the video, I think I'm gonna show some editing and talk through final details, things I may have missed. But anyway, let's dive in. But real quick before we go in, I'm actually recording this on the Canon R6 because I'm working on like 3 or 4 YouTube videos right now actively. And one of those is that my wife and I rented the R6 more for her with photo, but we're testing it for me, and yeah, we're gonna see what it's like for video. I don't think I'm moving away from Fuji. I don't have money to spend on cameras, but I just wanted to see it, compare it, and help you guys out. So this is shot on the R6, all the footage that you're about to see. Anyway, let's just go inside now. All right, welcome to the inside of the house. We are currently trying to shoot in the living room. And I'll tell you real quick, my whole goal in real estate is telling a story and making sense of a home that someone has never stepped foot in before. That's really it. So when I'm shooting a home, I'm really thinking to myself, like, how do I portray this as almost like a walking tour through a house? Like always think of kind of like pushing through a space, like guiding them through rooms. And you want to do that by giving as much context where it's helpful and where it's necessary. So I just shot the living room facing inward, and now I'm going to shoot it facing outward. And I'll show you the shots and you'll see why I did that. And you'll also know a little bit, I'll try and talk a little bit about my angles that I'm shooting at, like the height of the camera as well as the direction that it's facing up or down, because those play an important role in different rooms of different houses. And this one has an enormously tall ceiling, so this is a really important room to grasp the height. So I've been angling up just a bit. I usually want a lot of floor so you can see and understand and feel what it's like to be in the space, but here right now the ceiling is really important. The shot that I just took, you'll notice in the right side of the frame, I left the French doors that lead into an office space. So I left that in there for context because we just walked through the kitchen and now we're walking back to the end of the living room and we're looking into the space again. And right here are some French doors that lead to an office. So now I'm going to basically step back here and shoot into the office to give a little bit of context. And then I'm gonna shoot out of the office back into the space. Everything should pretty much always come full circle and be like guiding you into the next area where the next picture is going to go. And so we shot from the back of the living room towards the office. Now we're gonna shoot into the office, and then we're gonna go back out towards the kitchen space. And it's all gonna make sense, and it's gonna feel like you're walking through. You're gonna notice that this door right here is a little bit open, and then this door is completely closed. You can't see that, but you'll see it in the shot. And that's because on the left side of the frame here, we have nothing that needs seen. On the right side, we have some decorations that look really nice. So we're gonna put that left door in the shot, again for context, because you you're gonna recognize that French door and you're gonna be like, oh, I know what room we're going into right now. And so it's these little things that help you like create continuity for someone who's never been in a space before, and they need to understand where they're going and how it relates to what they just saw. And so I'm gonna shoot this, and I'm also going handheld for a lot of this down here in the main living area because there's so much natural light, which is really nice. But I have my tripod right here, and that's been helping me a lot with the darker spaces, bathrooms. We're gonna see if it works in the basement. I might have to turn on lights, but otherwise, lights are always off in all the spaces. Fans are always off, so there's no movement in my slower shutter shots. But let's go ahead and take this shot. I'm making sure that you can see all of the important ground features and flooring, but I'm also making sure that you can see all of the fixtures and lights, or at least what you need to in order to grasp like what is in that room. So yeah, I'll show that shot. Let's move to a new space. I said we were gonna go to a new space, but right here is a beautiful fireplace, and I'm gonna shoot that as a detail because you've got these big wide shots of rooms, but then you really kind of want to hone in on some of those really valuable aspects that look really nice. And so we're going to shoot the fireplace as one of those. Fireplaces or glass, windows, etc., they're really tough because there's reflection, but you can kind of find different angles that minimize the glare reflection, and yeah, sometimes you just have to live with that reality. Again, in some of these key parts of the house, living room still, we just shot a detail of the fireplace. Now I just shot a detail, like a straight on shot, more of a magazine than a real estate shot of the living space right here. Yeah, these are some of the main important points for someone who's going to be living in a space. And so shooting kind of more stylized shots that are a little bit more interesting than just wide are really important. Now I'm here in the back of the office space, and I'm looking out towards the living room and towards the kitchen because this is like the second spare office. And I've got in the right frame here, I've got my computer and desk so that you can kind of tell for context, like, okay, we're in the back of the office now. This is the view if you're sitting here at that desk. And I'm always shooting 5 bracket exposures. And I'm always putting dead center on 0, my main exposure, and I'm just using the EV on the left side, and I'm trying to focus somewhere in the middle of the frame, on the left and the right side of my frame. I'm just trying to cut off somewhere where it makes sense and not leave something barely suspended there. I'll either cut it off about halfway or I'll like try and include it in the shot. So you'll see on this one what exactly that ends up looking like. So now we've shot the office space. I think we're good here. And I've shot most of the entry level and the bottom floor, or the main floor. So I'm gonna try and move upstairs and then get the basement. The basement's gonna be tricky because I might have to use artificial light. And then I'll shoot around outside. But yeah, I've already shot through most of the space, so I might just hold you here and take you for a walk. So yeah, this is the kitchen and dinette, but because they are almost wanting to feel like separate spaces, I shot facing into the kitchen about there. I'll put that shot, and then shooting into the dinette almost as a separate sort of space. So yeah, now I just need to shoot basically from the dinette out. So like shooting from this area pointed in this direction. And that is going to begin our walk to the basement, which is right over here. And again, as I go, I'm going to provide context for where the viewer is walking virtually. And yeah, we're gonna shoot from here into the space so that we know that there's a door there that leads down to the basement, and then everyone will understand, oh, that's where we're headed. All right, so that's the entry door. This is the main staircase leading upstairs. Here is another living area and a full dining area. I already shot my way into the house from here, and then through the living room into the kitchen and all the way around. And I just wrapped up here in the office space because this hallway leads us into the kitchen. So I shot a full 360 around the main floor, and then I'm gonna head upstairs now. And I might have to start going more tripod because I might need a little bit of help with the light. One room over here, I did give myself two options, one with the fluorescent on and one long exposure with natural light. So I'll show you those two options right now. And yeah, I'm still deciding on natural light for some of those darker spots, or just flicking on the lights and trusting that it's gonna balance well with the 5-stop bracket. So anyway, yeah, let's keep moving. Get to the upstairs, and then we'll have to talk probably a lot through the downstairs. But I might just elect to turn all the lights on. That's just how it is. Now that I'm up here, I'm actually thinking there is enough natural light to shoot it without the lights on. Before you get into a house and start shooting, like, go with the agent or with whoever it is that's selling and just take a walk through and get a feel, ask them some questions, like have them turn off all the fans, open up all the windows, just to get a feel for what it looks like fully naturally lit, and then see what you can work with. It's really important to be familiar with your space and try and think of it like you're buying it. Like, what do you want to see? Like, what do you think are the cool features? Ask your agent or your seller, like, what is most important to be highlighted in this space, and then work with that. So anyway, I'm gonna keep shooting. Right now, I just came upstairs, so I might shoot back down the staircase here into the entryway so that, again, you know you just came up the stairs, and then I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna shoot into this whole area so that you can see. Oh, okay, you've got, you got a bedroom and a bathroom door over here, and then you've got your look down onto your living space, and then you'll maybe see your kind of open way for your master. Right here, your master bedroom. So anyway, I'm gonna shoot down into the living space, and yeah, maybe I'll talk you through some of what I'm thinking while I do this. But there are pairs of shoes, and there are purses, handbags, stuff like that down there. So I have to go clear that off before I take this shot. Cool. Now I'm gonna turn, and from this stair, I'm gonna shoot that way. So you'll kind of get a feel for what I'm doing, because I'm basically just pointing the camera this way, staying in almost the same spot, and then pointing the camera that way. Okay, so we just shot down to the stairway. This is a guest bed. We're gonna shoot the master now. The master bedroom here is very important for anyone buying a home or looking at buying. They wanna know, what does that best, biggest bedroom look like? And this one is pretty huge. And then from here in this bedroom, we have an attached bathroom with a walk-in closet. So yeah, you can literally walk into it. It's huge. And this all has pretty much enough natural light to just shoot it as is, except the closet here, which is basically pitch black. So I have to make a decision. I am either going to flip on the lights or do some long exposure bracketing. I haven't decided yet. I might shoot both, put them side by side. But yeah, for the bedroom, I'm gonna follow the same rules. I'm gonna shoot into the room. I'm gonna shoot from probably this corner looking that way, and then I'm going to shoot into the bathroom, and I'm going to shoot my way back out of the bathroom, and hopefully by doing this you'll get a picture of walking through and being able to understand the space. That's what it's all about. This entryway is so wide I have to like back way up out here. Okay, something I just noticed as I backed up to shoot this room. Beautiful ceiling. The ceiling in here is gorgeous. So instead of shooting more floor, I leaned a little bit more ceiling. Just something to know. By the way, I'm shooting on the Fuji XT4 with the 16mm f1.4, but I shoot it pretty much at 5.6. I put my ISO around 1000, and then I just let my shutter speed be the bracket. And I can show you how to set up the bracketing if I haven't already. But anyway, that's why sometimes I need a tripod, sometimes I don't. But yeah, so anyway, just something to know. This is like a 24mm equivalent on a full frame. So the Canon R6 has a 24mm on it right now, and that's what is vlogging me. So 24 on both, but anyway, let's keep shooting. I just shot these spaces, couldn't bring a tripod in here, too tight, but this is the bathroom and closet. Let me show you the closet here. You can see the banding right now in the video. I had to turn on the lights in there. It was just way too dark otherwise. So flicked those on, shot it from the inside, and then shot it from the inside, shot it from the outside, and then I found out that the bathroom has 2 shower heads. So double shower head makes for some difficulty documenting, because you want to make sure that both are seen, because that's a big feature. But if you can, you want to show them distinct from one another, because you want to know there are 2, not just different angles of one. But that was tough because you're in such a locked off environment, so small, tight. But I still have to finish up this room. Just want to show you some of those difficulties. Yeah, I gotta get moving faster. I haven't recorded for a few rooms because I'm trying to move quick, but this room just made me think of something, because attention to detail is huge. Watch this first shot that I'm about to take. And then, ready? When I walked up to this room to shoot it, this is what was happening. So, attention to detail is huge. Pay attention to shoes, pay attention to what doors are open, what doors are closed. Is one blind open, is one blind closed? Pay attention to these things. These are huge. These make a ton of difference, even though they're this big of details. When you're trying to sell a house, especially a valuable one, an expensive one, the details really matter. So anyway, just want to mention that. Now we have to get down to the basement. I'm trying to move a lot faster. And here we are in the basement. I'm trying to work quick, but I want to show you really quick some of the basement features. So we have storage 1, storage 2, and those both have foundational concrete walls, and my mom, the real estate agent, wants those shown because you won't see cracks or anything, and that is an attractive feature on a house that has a basement, that the cracks, or that the foundation wouldn't be cracked. A lot of houses, a lot of properties all over the world don't have basements, but that's a thing in the Midwest because of tornadoes. So you also have a kitchenette area here. You have a whole living space, as well as additional living space and exercise area. And I asked them what are important features down here, and they said all of this natural light. So I was thinking about, how do I shoot natural light or can lights? What do I do down here? And because I asked, now I just know this area needs to be shot naturally. If I can, this should be natural, but there's just not enough light back here in this kitchenette, so that's gonna have to be artificial light. But anyway, I'm gonna shoot my way through this space. I'm gonna start in the back corner here. I'm gonna shoot towards the kitchenette, and then after the kitchenette, I'm gonna shoot into this area, and then I'm gonna go all the way back around here, and then I'm going to shoot into this living space. and then back out of the basement. There is a bedroom over here that I'll have to shoot into and out of, but I'm gonna try and move quickly, show you some of these shots. All right, I have wrapped that up inside. Now I'm just gonna shoot outside, and it is 13 degrees Fahrenheit, so I'm moving quick, but I will try and bring you along and talk through it. But anyway, I'm gonna shoot this all handheld because it's bright enough outside, so it's not a problem. But anyway, all right, let's get shooting. Okay, right now I am kind of straight on with the house. There's a tree right here, and so I can't go too far to the left because then I'll start blocking the house. But it's kind of set off the road, and so that's a good feature. So I've actually shot from farther away than I normally would. And yeah, I feel good about this shot. I can always punch in later if I want to lose track of the neighbor's barn. But yeah, that was pretty much it for the front photo. Really easy. And then I'm gonna shoot it from the side here so you can see a different angle of it. This is the house. So yeah, I'm shooting it from the side so that you can see just a different angle of the same shot. And there we go, moving quick. It's really bright out and it's really cold out. So I'm trying to move quick. I don't have gloves, I don't have a coat, just this sweater. But anyway, yeah, so now we're gonna go around to the back and shoot the back patio. And I'm gonna continue this conversation in the car or back in the office while I'm editing. We'll see. But yeah, that wraps up the residential real estate shoot that I just did today. All right, my friend, I am not going to show you editing. There is a great video on how to batch edit your 5 brackets or any bracketed exposure or bracketed photo, whether it's focus, anything. There's a great video out there on how to bracket edit in batches. I will link that in the pinned comment or in the description, I'm not sure. But anyway, I just wanted to wrap up here in the office and say that this was a lot of fun to shoot the behind the scenes, but you should know I am not the foremost expert in real estate photography. I've been doing it on the side of videography for several years, probably 4 or 5 years. And so I have some experience. My mom has been in real estate for 20 plus years and my sister-in-law for 8 years. And so there's a lot of experience in my family. And so I know firsthand from agents what they want, what they like, and it seemed to work here in this market. But every market is very different. Every house is very different. Every property is very different. So there's a lot to learn. There's a lot that I couldn't cover in this video, but I still hope that you were able to grab some tips from it. I hope that it was helpful for you. And if you are a normal watcher that knows me for videography, then I hope that maybe this inspired you to try real estate, or that if you're shooting real estate as well, that you're able to take something and apply it. So anyway, that's it for this video. I just want to wrap up here in the office and say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. My channel has grown immensely in the 1 year, a little more than that, I've been on YouTube, and it just means the world to me. So thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.